Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. This is Justin.
Wyatt.
And today we're coming at you with the Camacho Triple Maduro and the old banding. It's the smaller Robusto size, and I think it's 50 by 4.5 inches. But as I understand it, the new banding, it's the same blend. I actually prefer the smaller ring gauge and the smaller profile of the cigars in the Triple Maduro. The 60 by 6 and those much bigger, fatter Camacho Triple Maduros are just too much for me. I just really can't handle them. So I prefer the smaller ring gauge, so I'm really excited. It's coming in with a jet black wrapper, of course, Triple Maduro. Not too veiny, very minimal. Seams are done well, but they're visible. I've only got one little wrinkle on the cap, but I think it'll cut off just fine. Really nice, dense, firm pack. I don't think it should be a draw issue, but we'll see. Coming from the wrapper, I just get a dense, rich tobacco. And then off the foot, there's a bit of, definitely get that rich tobacco, but almost like a dry cocoa as well. Maybe a little sweet cocoa. What?
Yeah, this whole cigar just looks like a bullet. I mean, you know, big shiny wrapper and all that, but very, very firm pack. Nice chocolate colored wrapper going around. Really good construction. I mean, really, really firm pack, but it just looks great. You know, the aroma, I'm not sure what that is on the wrapper. I guess you're right. You know, really dense, rich tobacco, but also I think that's where I get my dry cocoa smell. And then off the foot, I get more of a kind of a sweet milk chocolate almost. So it'll be interesting to see if you pick that up when we smoke it.
All right, well, let's get it cut up, toast it up, and see how it goes.
And yeah, we had a viewer comment in one of our videos that they wanted us to take a look at the Triple Maduro. So if you watch this video and have a cigar you want us to take a look at, feel free to drop a comment. We'll get around to it.
Yeah, we're supposed to be doing the San Lucia Black, and then another cigar, I can't remember the name of it, but we're looking for it. So for those viewers out there that have requested and we haven't got to them, we're getting on it. I apologize for how long it's taken.
Wow. Definitely packs a punch. It's got a really nice, you know, you're right, dry cocoa finish. Pretty dark. I mean, pretty dang dark. It's all Maduros. You'd expect that, but a little bit of pepper that just kind of crackles almost on your tongue and then dies out. But very, very dark, earthy.
I agree 100%. I get a very dense tobacco taste as well. A bit of earth in the underlying profile, but yeah, dry cocoa. Not super sweet, but maybe like a semi or slightly sweet dry cocoa. And then yeah, a bit of pepper coming back on the tongue. There's quite a bit going on with this cigar. But yeah, definitely full-bodied already in the full few puffs, full-bodied, full strength. I mean, the cigar still packs a punch, even though it's a littler ring gauge. But let's get into the first third, see how it develops. Welcome back. We're about 10 minutes into the Camacho Triple Maduro. And so far, excellent stick. As I've said before, I prefer the Triple Maduro in these smaller ring gauges. It just doesn't feel like it's going to kick your butt. It's definitely full-bodied and full strength, but it just doesn't pack that super, you know, kick in the butt that those bigger ring gauges do. Flavor-wise, I'm just getting that dry cocoa, a nice dense earth, a bit of pepper on the finish, and that finish is relatively long. I can still have that tingle on the back of my tongue as I go into the next draw. Ample amounts of smoke. Burn has been not razor sharp. Had a few little wonky parts, but it self-corrected, so no complaints there. Draw is good. I was a little worried about the dense pack, but draw is pretty decent. Other than that, I haven't had any construction issues. So far, a really good stick. Wyatt?
Yeah, I've had the 6x60 version of the Triple Maduro, and I smoked about maybe 3/4 of it And when I got up to shake a friend's hand, to leave my local cigar shop, I mean, at least a foot away, I fell in away from the handshake. And so I was a little wary of this cigar, but it does not pack any of that punch. The flavors are great. I mean, lots of that real dense earth, and I mean, the smoke just pours out of this thing by the gallon. And you can probably see that on the camera, but if not, definitely something you want to smoke inside. But yeah, some of that dry chocolate. Never got that milk chocolate that I got on the foot, but it's definitely a dry cocoa, chocolate. And then just that really, really dense earth. It took me a couple, I had to build up my courage to retrohale on this cigar, but it doesn't kick your butt. I mean, it is a really, really good cigar. A couple of small construction issues, but they're well worth it.
All right, well, let's get into the second, third, approach the band, and see how it goes. Well, welcome back. We're just about to the halfway point. Wyatt might be actually a little past. He's a little farther down than me, but we're well into the second, third. So far, burn has actually gotten a lot better. It's almost razor sharp. Haven't had any off burn or wonky burn. Construction's been great. Draw's been nice. Definitely a full-bodied, full-strength cigar, but still doesn't, sit you on your ass. Excuse me, on your butt. But it's a very good cigar. No flavor changes, just a nice dense earth, rich tobacco. That dry cocoa with like a semi-sweet cocoa, not just the typical baker's cocoa. That dies into a finish, and that pepper kind of picks up. It's not really hardcore, but you can feel it on the back of your tongue. Just overall, really nice, pleasant cigar. What?
I totally agree. This whole time I've been trying to think of occasions where I would smoke this cigar, and really the only way to smoke it would be at the end of your day. I couldn't see taking this out on the golf course. I couldn't see driving with this or anything, because it does just pump out the smoke, and it is a very full-bodied, full-power cigar. So definitely at the end of your day. So well, we don't have coffee tonight, but I don't know how it would pair with coffee. You probably want something, with a lot of cream in it. But I mean, we have some chocolate malts tonight actually, and that actually goes pretty well. It's bizarre, but you want something that has a little bit more of a cream to it, I guess. But very, very good cigar. Good construction, great taste.
All right, well, let's get into the final third. See how she develops. Welcome back. We're at the nub point of this Camacho Triple Maduro, and really, really nice cigar. Never had really any burn issues. Like I said, it got a little wonky at the first third, but really straightened out. No problems after that. Draw's been great. Construction's been good. Always been full bodied. Always been full strength, but not so full that you're gonna wobble when you stand up. Flavors, I never had any changes, and it's only a 4.5-inch stick, so that might have something to do with it. But they were very good flavors. There was always a nice dense earth and rich tobacco core, a dry cocoa, but not completely dry, like a semi-sweet, a slight sweetness in there. That dies into a nice long finish where some pepper comes in, and it's not overwhelming pepper. It sits on the tongue but doesn't really go into the throat. It just kind of nice tingle. Just, overall really nice stick. Like we mentioned, in the bigger ring gauges, the 60x6, this cigar really kicks my butt, and I don't even enjoy it. But in the smaller Robusto size, I really, really like it. If I was going to rate it, I'd give it a nice 8.5. I really enjoy it at this ring gauge. The bigger ones, as I said, I don't. But, I just really, really enjoy it. Wyatt?
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad I gave the Triple Maduro a second shot, especially in the smaller Robusto size. Usually I don't see the Robusto size at cigar shops, but if I do, I will definitely pick some up, and I recommend that you do too. But yeah, not a lot of flavor changes. I mean, it's a complex cigar in the way that there's a lot of flavors happening at once, but throughout the cigar it never really changes. That kind of dry cocoa, really dense earth, those were really the predominant flavors for me. And like Justin said, a little bit of that pepper that kind of coats your tongue and almost like pops. It's bizarre, but very, very good cigar. I go a little bit higher. I'd give it a 9. It makes me want to try some of the other triple Maduros and kind of work my way back up to that 6x60 and or 60x6 and see if I can smoke that thing. But excellent stick.
Yeah, and like I said, this was the old banding, but I don't believe that the blend has changed. I believe it's the exact same blend with the new banding, but don't quote me on it. But anyway, in conclusion, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. But until next time, smoke them if you got them.